It's taking me so long to get this video out that the DLC is actually here. The thing I was covering for the public test build is actually here now. That's kind of crazy. So what's going on, everybody? My name's Cookshomie and welcome back to another video. And well, today, as you guys can tell just from the little bit of the opening, we're talking about Dead by Daylight. Not just Dead by Daylight, but the Fnaf collab that's happening on June 17th, aka today. So I know I'm late, that's why I said that little opening in the video earlier, and now we're here. Hopefully you guys still enjoy this. Now let's get on to the good stuff. Now, what's going on here with the Dead by Daylight collab, we actually have a few things to talk about. Not only do we have a new killer, but we also have a map to talk about as well. I want to premise first, I'm not a Dead by Daylight player. I do not play it that much. The last time I played it was when Michael Myers was released back in whatever year. So, before anything, everything I say here about like the perks, the add-ons, the killer itself, or the map, take with a grain of salt. I could say a perk is really good when in reality everyone and their dogs would say it's terrible. So I want that to be very clear. I do not play much of Dead by Daylight. I'm going off my own experience and what I actually believe was fun. That's what I want to premise. Now that we have that out of the way, let's go on and actually talk about this collab. And so let's jump in first with the map. If you've watched my last video, you know what I'm about to talk about. You're going to see some gameplay footage here that I played with Mr. Reptile. The map here, we actually have the mixture between the movie and somewhat of the game. The main part being the movie, because you can go in and then right off rip you see the band, you see the main three, you can look over, you can see the kitchen, you can see basically a little bit of, well, what you expect. You see an arcade with a little nod to into the pit with the ball pit, which, a little fun fact, if the basement is not in the little shack on the outside of the map, it's actually in the ball pit where it's supposed to be, which I find pretty cool because the into the pit kind of thing, where it's like transferring it into a new reality kind of thing. It's what I like to believe. And the biggest detail / Easter egg was the one in the middle of the actual building where if you get the generator turned on, it actually makes the band start playing a little bit of a concert, and it's very cool to see that the developers kind of went the extra mile to give that little bit. So that's all I think there is to talk about really for the map. If there is anything else I maybe miss, go ahead and leave in the comments, because I'm kind of curious to see if there's something I have missed. I'm pretty sure this is all the other little details. I was too busy trying to survive from the killer killing me. Now that we have the map covered, let's jump into the biggest thing I think everyone has been waiting for. The killer. We have Springtrap, or what he's known as in the game as the animatronic. Okay, so with Springtrap, we actually have something similar to another killer, what people have been saying. We have Springtrap with two weapons. He has a pizza cutting knife, or pizza knife, I guess you could say. I don't know what the actual terminology of what it is, but like I said, we have the giant pizza knife that he uses to, hack and slash. But this is where he kind of morphs into another killer that's already in Dead by Daylight called Huntress. She is another rabbit-wearing mask person who throws a hatchet. And with this being said, she has multiple, by the way. She has, like, I believe 3 or 6. I honestly can't remember. I know she has a lot, and she restocks them by opening closet things like the lockers and getting restocked. This is where it all kind of mends in. Springtrap has a hatchet as well. He has a fire axe. With this axe that Springtrap has, he like the Huntress, he could throw it. However, he only has the one. But he doesn't need to go into a locker to reclaim it. He can actually just reclaim it himself. He uses the power of Remina, I guess, I don't know. But here's the thing with his axe. If you hit a survivor with the axe and you do then next to them to where you can actually grab them, you actually can immediately grab them. Like, it's an immediate grab thing, as if they were trying to work on a generator healing someone, I'm pretty sure. So there is that, which is pretty damn cool. And what it does as well, it plays a little animation, which it should be shown here. It literally shows a little animation of literally grabbing the person, turning them around, and just doing a little jump scare noise, which I want to get into real quick. I understand that they do not use the OG Springtrap jump scare. I wish they would. It would have been badass, but honestly, this one has kind of grown on me a little bit. Back then, Springtrap didn't have a voice actor or anything. We just had to go rely on sound. So hearing this, I'm okay with it. It's grown on me. I enjoy it. But anyways, enough with that. Back with the axe, the thing is also, it helps you even if you miss. If you are a terrible shot like me sometimes, you'll miss. and like this guy that yeets an axe over my head while I'm playing Bill, yeah, you'll miss sometimes. The axe actually has an AoE effect where it will have a little bit of like cloud, so either if you walk through or the survivor walks through, it will have some sort of effect. When you pick Springtrap or the animatronic, it doesn't matter which map it is, something interesting happens, and it's something I was wondering how they want to do, and they absolutely killed it in this way. All throughout the map, security doors will appear. I think it's like 1 through 7 or 1 through 8. I don't remember. The killer and the survivors can use the doors, and the survivors use it for the camera system, and they can move through it. The doors act as like a little fast travel thing. For survivors, it depends on what camera you're at, and that's how you will move to which door. And with the cameras, if the survivors look at Springtrap long enough, and Springtrap will hear an audio cue to know when they are looking at him. When Springtrap gets looked at long enough, he will actually get his aura will get shown to every survivor around the map. So you could be on the other side of the map and see Springtrap be like, oh shit, he's over there. Not going over in that area. Oh, also, there is a power system for the door. I do remember, actually, before I continue with Springtrap, there is a power system with the doors. I think if you look at it long enough, the power will drain, or if you use it too many times. I forgot if it, like, both correlate. It's been a minute, guys. Give me some slack, please. Here with Springtrap, he's not limited to the power. He can go in and out as many times as he wants. He can literally go from one end of the map to another piece of the map. It literally is like fast travel central. Whenever a survivor or Springtrap go through the door, they actually play a little animation, and it's actually pretty interesting because we go through and it's just it's the office. That's why I was saying they play some homage, because you go through and here is our office. So I'm happy we got that, and that's about it with the Springtrap and the map. I'm pretty sure that's everything on there. I think I covered everything for that. Now we have, well, the complicated shit. We have the perks and the add-ons. So let's jump right into the add-ons. I'm just gonna fly through them. I'm just gonna say them from common to visceral, and what I'm gonna say them, pop them up on the screen, and let you guys have a field day. Okay? Okay. We have rotten pizza, restaurant menu, help wanted ad, and then greasy paper plate. Those are all the common ones that we have. Well, we move on to the uncommons. We have streamers, security guard's badge, ripped curtain, party hat, and office phone. For the rares, we have purple guy drawing, Freddy's hat, Foxy's hook, Chica's bibs, Bonnie's guitar strings. So kind of all just going for, well, the main cast, and then purple guy himself, aka William Afton. Now we have the 4 very rare ones: loot bag, the Endo CPU, celebrate poster, and access panel. Now we have the very last 2 visceral ones, and that is the iridescent remnant and the Faz coin. Now I'm going to say this real quick. The main combo I used was Foxy's hook, which was players within range of the axe's area of effect gain 10% haste for 6 seconds. I use that a lot because if I missed, I can use it as a little bit of a boost. What I like to pair with the Foxy's hook was celebrate poster, because after an axe is embedded in a survivor, both you and the survivor gain 20% haste and vault 20% faster. The effects end if the axe is removed, or if the distance between you and the survivor exceeds 32 meters. When you combine it with Foxy's hook, you literally have either way, if you miss or hit, you're getting haste no matter what. It doesn't matter which one you do. It only depends on how much you get, and if the survivor you're going after also gets it. Like I said, take it with a grain of salt. That's how I think. Now let's add on to the last bit I have here, which is the perks. We have 3 perks that Springtrap brings to the table. 2 of the 3 I actually really enjoy, while 1 is probably hardly going to work. And the very first one is the one I think is not going to be used that much. It's called Help Wanted. Help Wanted allows you to compromise a generator, temporarily shortening your basic attack cooldowns the moment that generator is fully repaired. Thanks to your heightened mobility, you'll be able to compromise a nearly completed generator, step into a security room, and begin your next chase with a trick up your sleeve. I will say, I did try using all of them at once. Honestly, with the Help Wanted one, I guess I could see it being used a bit, but I personally didn't. Like, the moment I started trying different stuff, that was the first one to go. I didn't like it that much, but this next one, however, I used every time, and that one is Phantom Fear. Phantom Fear is a testament to the power of Springtrap's grotesque, fear-inducing appearance. When a nearby survivor sees you, they'll be so overcome with terror that they'll actually let out a scream, briefly revealing their aura in the process. So basically, how it is, and I'm pretty sure it has like a 60-second cooldown, 30-second cooldown. It has a cooldown after being used. But Phantom Fear was the main one I used. Now the last one I could see being used for late game, and almost everyone that I saw talk about this one agreed that this is going to be probably a pretty good one, and it's called Haywire. Haywire significantly elevates the endgame stakes, forcing survivors to make a tough decision in a crucial moment. The moment the exit gates are fully powered, their progress will steadily decline when a survivor is forced to leave. They think they're so clever bringing those gates to 99%. Think again. So apparently there was a thing going on with Dead by Daylight that survivors would just keep it at 99. I don't know the reasoning behind that. So I guess Dead by Daylight's way of like countering it was putting this perk in. So I guess it makes sense. I don't know. I did not mind Haywire that much while I was learning, but also when you're going against bots, it kind of doesn't matter. And I'm pretty sure that is everything. The cover for Springtrap and the Fnaf Collab. I don't think there's anything else to cover. I forgot, since I just remembered this, we have Springtrap's Moray. So instead of just, you know, killing someone by putting them on the hook or, you know, doing all that, Springtrap can do his own way of killing, which I will show a clip here.
Damn! No, not willing.
I'm so sorry.
Now that I absolutely love that, and that's where once again I'm going to bring up, people did not like the Springtrap new jump scare noise, which is understandable. I definitely see it, but I personally, like I said, this is where it grew on me. I did it so much I was like, okay, I like it. It adds to it. I don't mind it at all. I definitely would like to see with the actual OG jump scare noise, but hey, you know, we can't all get what we want, and I actually really enjoy that we at least got this. So I'll take that little win. That's a win in my book. I'll take that. But anyways, guys, I'm going to leave it here. That was literally everything I think to cover. I think we got everything here. I'm happy we're getting this. I'm very excited to play the game more because of it. And I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, leave a like down below. If you're new around here, why not subscribe? Stick around, hit that little notification bell to get notifications whenever I upload or whenever I go live. Because come on, you don't miss anything I do. But yeah, guys, I'll see you all in the next one.
I can hear the demons call when they do it